Enzo, you were going.
Oh yeah, I was gonna say this. I actually like how like the quality of the iPhone camera matched the style I'm using too.
Yeah, there was Jimmy.
I really like the shadow scene when he puts his arm around her.
Yeah.
That was probably like one of the best shots.
How come?
I don't know, it was really artful.
In what way?
Like you couldn't see their bodies, but yet you knew who they were.
So it's more suggestive,
Yeah.
showing rather than telling.
It was so nice.
Gavin.
It was interesting. Like their outfits almost looked like they were like from the 70s or something. Yeah. It didn't feel like present. I like.
Oh, that's good point. Dimitri. Harley.
It was really simple, but like there was feeling, a lot of feelings in that.
What kind of feelings did it evoke for you?
I don't know, it was just like, yeah, I mean, I guess that. It was just like, it, like, kind of like, I guess it could be, everyone could like interpret it differently. But I just liked it because it like, like, I don't know, it's just like how it did it, but it was like so like simple.
Say that, Sven.
Miles.
I really liked the opening shot with her like throwing her hat up, or like running around with it. I don't know, it was just really good. It kind of captured that feeling that the whole video had in like the first few beats. It was really well done.
Yeah, I think you're surrounding, circling the what I got out of it. I mean, the feelings that are evoked by it, the imagery. I keep wanting to use the word ethereal. I'm not sure, but it is that. I think part of the way that it was shot with the camera, with a little flare in it, does give us this otherworldliness quality to it, and it was almost too bad when we went to shots that were so clear, because it kind of lost that, and yet like the shadow sequence that you pointed out. Yeah, I mean, kind of went back and forth from a dreamlike quality to a little bit harder reality, and you know, it worked.
I like that ending shot.
I guess, you know, a great atmospheric piece is really what it came down to. We were not so worried about the storyline at all. It was more like, what is this? What are these feelings that we're getting because of these people? What are they feeling? So yeah, Jimmy and then Gabe.
I think the music really well represented the dreamlike feeling. Like really well, like the shadow shots and the flare shots, and just the artistic like beachy feel and stuff like that.
Well, I have a question related to that. Did you, what was the filmmaker? Did you choose the music first?
My sister did. She had a song. We were gonna go to the coast, and I'm like, what if we recorded? And she's like, I have this song that I've been listening to. It'd be awesome if we recorded some footage. And we ended up like having good ideas once we got there. And
But the music definitely inspired a lot of
the name of the video is Frere, which is French for brother, which is also the name of the song. Brother by Mac DeMarco.
Thanks, Trey. I feel like if this was just like a simple video that they made, but I feel like it would have been great to add for it if it was like a scene in a movie, like something big is happening, something very dramatic and intense is happening, but these two people are out in the coast just relaxing, being with each other and just chilling. Trying to get away from all the pressure of the real world.
Yeah, I could see your point, that this could be in the midst of some other story, larger story, but here they are at this one point in that relationship and time. Wow.
Yeah. And I kind of saw it like that too. It was like a study of a scene or some part or element of, it could be of a bigger kind of a thing, but it's very cool to look at it that way. It didn't really have a story or a plot per se, but it could have, you know, if it was extended. So it's kind of like a sketch almost of it.
Jimmy?
The one thing I want to add that I didn't like about the video were the zoom shots. Where it was like really, really well done shot, and all of a sudden the very end just zoom.
Well, luckily there were very few of those.
Yeah.
I thought
That,
I saw one.
that I want to add that was my sister recording those. So, but
Just a
Filmmaker.
disclaimer.
but
I
yeah,
wanted to
I
ask
agree.
you, why didn't you like them?
I just didn't think they really fit with the video, and I thought they were kind of like, well, they weren't steadily zoomed, they were like,
I'm really glad, I wanna say, I'm really glad that someone is talking about something that they didn't like. Okay, I'm gonna say that too, but also, I would use the word contrived for those. It was like, you know, do we really need that? You always have to think about that, you know, because you want, sort of, we have, as artists, we sometimes wanna show off, like what we can do. And so, and I think we should in a certain way, but it's also important to question yourself, like, do I want this? Do I need this to make the film or whatever the work is more, you know, stronger? So that's a really important thing to think about.
Connor, you have one more comment? Or not Connor, Finn.
Oh, I just want to say that I did like it. I think that it added to the whole, like, shaky effect during the whole thing, and that it was like professional homemade type of effect throughout like the whole video, which I thought which I liked.
Yeah, that's kind of an interesting point, that if we take the premise that this was a sequence that's in the middle of a bigger story of what's happening in their lives, that kind of documentary roughness to it, kind of cine verite feeling, then the zoom kind of makes sense in that. And it's, you know, so what it reminded me a lot of is Carly's piece.
yeah, can you show one of hers?
Well, we have to move on because we got a crew that has to do some work with Diane and stuff. But yeah, we can revisit this again tomorrow. It'd be nice to do that. Yeah.
This is more of a question and something that I see as a tendency in films that I've seen made often in this age group. And the question is this, we are, and maybe it's a bigger question than just the age group, but we're kind of hung up on sometimes, and I kind of felt it when I watched this today, on having to be like, you have a song and you want to use this song, because, you know, there's music video came about like, what, 25 years ago or so. And so it's almost like we're obsessed that we have to like do the visual imagery as long as the song lasts. And so it's sort of a question, do you really need to do that? Is that what you really want to do? Are there ways of handling it? And it's really kind of a technical and artistic decision. Do you really, is it like you, that's why I asked, what did you start with? Because I assumed actually they started with a song. Because it was like you were faithful to that song to the end. And you know, and that's okay, and sometimes that really works, but did it really work in this? Did it, you know, did it take that space, and did it really need to take that space? So it's just a question. There's not really an answer, a definite answer for any one thing, but always, you know, I would say again, question that, you know, is that, do I want to, or do I need to do that to make my statement? So.
And the earlier film we watched that we felt was kind of like too long and labored with all the walking sequences and not enough variety, that could have been much shorter if they had not used the whole song. Maybe in planning it, they could have started from the ending, where it ends on the big note, and then just fade the song in at the start of it, and you know, made it much shorter, more concise, and I think that would have worked better. Yeah, Gabe?
Can we watch Carly's video?
We absolutely, we got it.
I